YouTube, welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you taking the time to click the video today. If you're new or you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button, drop a like for the video. If you want to know when the next video drops on the channel, hit that bell. You'll get a notification. As you can see in the top left, number one Hamline Pipers. That's right. We went back to back for the national championship. As we're gonna hop in here and just look at Chiefs records here and just looking at really what has transpired over the first few years here at Hamline. Career record is 51 and 10. 51 and 10. That's an 83 percent winning percentage. We have had 4 winning seasons. Playoff record is really good, 7 and 1. National championships, we have 2. We have 4 conference championships. We have 1 first-round draft pick. We've only had 2 draft picks, and I'll explain kind of those numbers here in a second. But if we go to national championships, and we have 2, Tony Guerrero is now the head coach of Maryland, and he was our OC that we hired. His career record is 29 and 3. He has never lost a bowl game. How insane is that? His career win percentage is probably the highest. Yeah. Is that crazy? So he takes over a Big Ten program, which good for him. That's really impressive there. So we're sitting pretty solid. Again, national conference championships. We'll get into that a little bit later. Again, just wanted to hop in and show that. I saw a video of somebody's that went into that, and I didn't even know that was a thing. So I just wanted to hop into that really quickly. So the other thing that we're gonna go look at is the coaches' contracts here. So as you can see, the last 4 years we've been conference champs, 2 in the MAC, and then 2 in the Big 12. See all the bowl games that we've been playing in and all of that stuff. Our goal is to win 10 games now, so it's been an uptick. But if you just look, the first year, and we're a cupcake team, right? So like we had really low overalls. We went 9 and 5, found a way to win the MAC, and then we just have been taking off since that. We signed a 5-year contract last offseason. If you saw that, you know. So there's a lot of things that we are mulling around a little bit in our brains, and we'll talk through them as we get to them. We're gonna look here. Jarvis, an absolute dog, and I kind of owe him an apology, I think. Because early in this year, I was talking about benching him, maybe even last year. I can't remember, but like he was just, I don't know, his arm strength, and it was brutal. It was absolutely brutal. I bashed him, but he threw for just under 5,000 yards, 43 touchdowns. He did have 16 picks, averaged just under 300 yards a game. The rating was crazy high at 183. And the replacement that I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna go to him. He went 3 for 7 with 2 picks. So, Jarvis, I apologize to you. Rushing yards, again, I mentioned this in the national championship game. I felt Ty Hardy got kind of snubbed on the best running back in the nation again this year. He had 1,500, just under 1,600 yards with 326 carries. We're going to check if anybody's even close to that number. He had 11 touchdowns. Takeoff had 131 carries with just under 600 yards. They both averaged about 4.5 yards per carry. PJ Takeoff had 12 touchdowns. Cardoza is an elusive back, kind of like a Hardy. He's going to see a lot more touches as well moving forward. He was a redshirt freshman this year. So The running back room is pretty bright in the future. Receiving wise, I said Hag didn't have a great year, and he's over 1,000 yards. I would have never guessed that. He only had 38 carries over 1,000 yards. He had 11 touchdowns. That is insane. Why did I think he didn't play well or have like the numbers? He's a sophomore. Trayon Bell, we should get him back as well. He's only an 80 overall, so I doubt he leaves for the NFL. He had just over 1,000 yards as well on 54 catches. He averaged 19.2 yards. He had 10 touchdowns. Robert had a little bit of a backup year, I think. 873 yards and 10 touchdowns. What did he have last year? Yeah, he had 951 last year, so he had 19 less catches. He had 14 touchdowns last year. That's insane. We did really focus on him a lot with like corner routes and stuff, and we really didn't do a whole lot of that this year. Peaks had over 500 yards. Hardy was just under 500 yards. LeBeau he averaged 25.2. That is insane. Defensively, nobody should be shocked about this. Arthur Cano, I mean, he's a freak. 109 tackles, 62 of them solo, which is crazy. 39 for loss. And 13 sacks from the middle linebacker spot. And he had a pick as well. Just an absolute insane year for the freshman. Holland had 88, so he was second in the team. 80 for Davis. Then we had Will Landman with 78. He had 26 tackles for loss, which is crazy. So two middle linebackers doing a job there. Sheets, 25 tackles for loss. Deion Shore, 20 tackles for loss. He even had like kind of a down year. I think Bobby Sanders, 19. Holland for 17. And then sacks, we already talked about Cano, but John Sheets, the junior, 13 sacks. Deion Shore, 11.5. Rear, 10.5. Bobby Sanders, 10. Will Landman, 9.5. And Holland, 9.5. So we sacked the quarterback a ton. Interceptions, Dustin Davis, one of the best free safeties in the nation. Nicholas DeLoach, he was really solid on the outside for us. Kamar had, these two had two. Kamar is one of those up-and-coming guys. He's only 5'9", though, so that's tough. Cano had one, as I mentioned before. Stovall, Ellis, and Underwood also had one. Forced fumbles, 4 for Cano, 2 for Landman. Dustin Davis, Ellis, Sheets, and Bobby Sanders all had one as well. And how many touchdowns did we score on defense this year? 5 of them. 1 from Cano, 1 from Sheets, 1 from Sanders, 1 for DeLoach, and 1 from Verrier. So defensively played super well. Kicking 98% on extra points. We missed one. I heard something about if you hold it, it just goes to the middle. So I tried that once, and yeah, that's a lie. It must be just an online thing. For like lags and different things, and we missed one field goal with our junior kicker, and it's not going to show us which one, I guess. So those are the stats from the 2027 season. Yeah, so we got some guys that we're going to be missing, that we're going to be losing. We are here in the players leaving tab. Jarvis, 85, quarterback, gone. Hardy, 82, running back, arguably the best one in the nation, gone. 83 overall, right outside linebacker, senior, 83 overall, gone. Coates, who, to be fair, took a backseat to Sheets and Sanders. He was a big dude, but yeah, so he kind of took a backseat to him. Davis and Ellis, both our safeties, gone. Both of them are so good. I don't know how Davis was only an 81. He played so much better. And then DeLoach. So we have a lot of talent gone. And the other thing about these guys, except for Ellis and Davis, I brought these guys in the transfer portal, but all these other guys are the last of the original people that we had on our roster. So the fact that we were this productive with those guys on the roster is pretty incredible. The one guy that wants to leave is Ramen. and I'm pretty sure he's a 5-star guy, 4-star guy maybe. But we really need him to stay, so hopefully we can persuade him to, and we cannot. So he's gonna leave, which might put us in some trouble in the cornerback room. Um, as you saw, there were 3.5 stars. I don't know when that boosts up or if it already has actually, but I would think we're higher than that. Other thing to talk about: program builder unlocked after last year. We just unlocked the CEO, and the requirement was to win 2 national championships. So, um, these are pretty much where we're going to be spending our points now, moving forward. I think just that's just kind of the way that it's going to fall. Um, our new offensive coordinator is Willie Franklin. He is a talent developer. He has, transfers are more interest boost for QB recruits when a current QB hits a skill cap. There's just a bunch of stuff in here that he has. Starting running backs will gain XP faster. Tight ends, receivers will do that. Lower rated will progress faster. So there's a lot of good things in that tree as well. And then we still have the same defensive coordinator who has motivators. So again, had to get an OC because our guy left, losing a lot of the guys that started to build this program up to where it is. We are here in the portal, and we're just going to look at some of the transfer guys, and then we will continue to move forward. So we're looking at some corners. We have some good corners with good speed already, but we could always our upper guys don't have the speed, our lower guys do. So we're trying to bring in some more speedy corners and see if we can boost it up a little bit through the portal. 90 speed here, but 94 excel, 99 change of direction, 94 acceleration on him as well. And this guy has 85 man, 82 zone. Play rec is high, so Nigel Maynard, it looks super, super good. Then we have a right guard. He looks crazy good as well. The only issue with some of these are they're 4 stars, right? But they're juniors. So we only really have them for next year. We have right end sophomore. He should be really good. He has 92 tackle. He's 83 speed at right end. BB is another corner we're looking at. He has 91 speed, 80 man coverage, 90 agility, 99 change of direction. So BB's probably the one that I want the most, to be honest. Then we got a left end as well as a 5-star, and then we have 2 4-star tackles as well. So that is kind of the players that we're chasing. We do have a kicker that we're trying to get after, so we can redshirt him. Only 82 kick power, not the greatest, but at this point it's a little late in the game to switch up. So that's kind of where we are at for the portal specifically. All right, we are here, National Signing Day. We got all of our transfers. So we filled a full class, and I may regret doing that. But, we'll we'll explain that here in a second. But, top guy, Salvia. 5-star gem quarterback with 89 speed, 93 throw power. His accuracies look pretty solid already. Impact is kind of disappointing, to be honest. I was hoping for a star, but we got a 5-star QB coming to Hamline. So Steve Freeman, and he's an athlete, so maybe we can put him somewhere else. But I'm guessing he'll be our quarterback for the future. Steve Freeman, right end, elite dev, 90 strength, 85 speed. This guy is going to be an absolute dog, just insane. Reggie Boyd, athlete, elusive back, star development with 94 speed. Another 5-star gem, Donnerson, D-tackle, elite dev. Our D-tackle room is insane right now. Our right tackle, also a 5-star gem, Nestrauswitz, is elite dev as well. He is an agile guy. I mean, those top five are crazy. Adds to it with a star development trait as a 5-star as well. And then Matt O'Leary is a normal right tackle power. He has 90 strength. He does have some pretty good abilities already, and he was a 5-star, so not bad deal to get him. Christian Duke is a 4-star gem and impact receiver at 6'3", 204, 93 speed. This guy might move to a tight end here. Moving forward, impact for Lionel Tobias, who we didn't finish scouting for some reason. Why did we not? Did he like right away commit? I can't remember. Eli McKinney, cornerback, 93 speed. He has elite dev as a star as well for Sam Umana. He is a 4-star left guard, 90 power or 90 strength. This guy is looking to be really good as well. We got the center of our future, star development, Dwayne Bost. We really went to war with in this recruitment, and we are super excited to get him. Although he's a pass protector center, I think he'll be okay. Cornerback, 92 speed, star development for Corey Sowles. Nathan Beach, star development. We didn't even finish with him because we saw the 81 speed. Vernon Horner, right guard, is a normal. He's a pass protecting guard. Again, I was really skeptical of actually going after him just because I'm not a big pass protector guard person. But then we did get a Johnny. He's a transfer guy. He's an impact player as well. He has 80 strength. He has 98 lead block. He has 82 pass block. So he's really solid. Right end, another transfer sophomore. He has impact. Maynard is a normal development, but he's 90 speed and he's really good in coverage. And then BB, also same thing. He's an impact player as a sophomore, which is really solid. Junior transfer impact for Dunbar McGee at left end. And then we are down into 3 stars. We have Nathan Ellis, a power back. He's a star development guy with 90 speed. Athlete, physical impact with 95 speed for Council. Drew is a star development, strong safety. Our safety room is getting better and better. Athlete, scrambler, quarterback, 88 speed, 89 throw power. He's probably going to move somewhere else. Our QB room is stacked right now. Maggio, an agile. He has 88 strength, so he's probably going to be on the O-line, not a D-tackle or anything, and our D-tackles are stacked right now anyway. But he has star development as well. And then we got impact for Slaughter, who's a physical 91 speed guy. That might be also a tight end look, but he's pretty light for tight end, to be honest. And then Ernest Brewer, we brought him in late. He's an impact guy. Athlete, run stopper, Theo Terrell. He had 89 speed, so we brought him in. We got our kicker, run stopper, Ogletree. He's normal development with 89 speed. Athlete, run stopper, 89 speed, normal as well. Right tackle, JT Beard, impact, coming out of high school, and then a star development free safety. Again, our safety room is going to be crazy here coming up. He only has 87 speed comparative to our 90s we have now, but hopefully he can progress that. Then we have normal right tackle, normal left tackle power here to round it out. So 35 players again, we over recruited by a bunch, but we eke out the number 1 class from Georgia. They had 25 4-stars and 6 5-stars. That's insane. So we do get the number 1 class, which is great, over Georgia, Ohio State, Alabama, Oregon. Oklahoma's up there in 6. That's kind of a shock. Texas Tech's at 11. That's also kind of impressive. So that is the class. Now we have to go and do some position changes and different things. Training results. Salisbury, Rich, same overall. Same speed. The acceleration's a little bit better for Mo Rich. So awareness is lower. His throw power is higher. His accuracies are way better. I thought this might be a tough choice, but I'm not going to lie. I don't think it is. The only thing that worries me is this carrying. 68 carrying is criminal. But at this point in time, I might be leaning towards Mo Rich taking the reins. PJ Takeoff up to an 81. Mastrud is up to a 78. Arnold to a 77. Cardoza still a 68. He's probably going to, unfortunately, be one that we cut. The other guys kind of jumped up quite a bit. Fullbacks aren't really important. I'll probably cut most of them. Receiver, we are really thin here. We need to really get some depth in our receiver room. Peaks, only 88 speed. He might fall to the wayside a little bit. We'll see. He has been really good for us, so we'll probably keep him on. Here's the tight ends. Robert's just not going up at all. Clemens up to an 84. 85 for Crowder. We moved Ankrum over from right tackle to left guard. So we will see which one we decide to play there. Center, we do have a senior. Then we redshirted Handy last year, so we had another senior or another center there. North and Byler, both looking pretty solid. And then we got Cobbs out here at an 86. We have Jordan King out here at an 85 as well, and then Rowe as an 84. So we have really good tackles. Deion Shore up to a 90. Gammon behind him at an 86. Verrier 89 over here at right end. Then we have Gooch at an 88. We have Waters at 86. So again, we are just building a really, really well-rounded team with a lot of good depth. Sheet and Sanders are monsters in here, and then we have Flanagan, Scruggs, and Hardy all right in that area of 78, 77. And we do have some other guys too. Remember, these are not including freshmen. Hendricks, left outside linebacker. Haruluhu is probably going to play over him, to be quite honest. Just the speed aspect, and I don't remember really seeing Hendricks out on the field anyway. Landman, Cano, 86 is overall. Landman jumps him. Landman's faster, but Cano plays faster, I feel like. And I think the agility, or the acceleration and the agility, change of direction definitely help that. Hardrick, 97 speed at a middle linebacker. He is going to be so fun to use. Titus and Lord moving up there as well. Iloa jumped to 85. Gaffney is probably going to have to sit behind him again this year. Ankra has a pretty good development trait. So as much as Gaffney was a big recruit to get, he might fall through the gaps a little bit in our program. Then we have our corners. I mean, just really solid. Massey is the only one that's not in the 80s. McWilliams, we have a 90 speed. He's 80. We have 92 speed for Clyde Henry. We have 90 speed for Welps, 95 speed for Adai as well. So we have super fast safeties. And then our kicker and our punter here, not really getting a big boost. So those were nothing like crazy high. And a lot of the reason is because they're 3-star players, so a lot of them are capped, so they're not getting much better there. So we have to go ahead and cut a bunch of people. Like I mentioned before, I over-recruited in this class. We need to cut just under 20 players, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. We'll see you when it is finished. All right, down to 85. There were some really tough decisions that needed to be made, and there's going to be another one. We've come into this conference, and we have absolutely destroyed it. So we are going to make some moves here, and we're going to go to the Big 10. With that move, we are going to also bring St. Thomas, And with those two things happening, we definitely need to move some other teams. So we're going to go ahead and look. Illinois is terrible at 81 overall, 82 overall. The Gophers are 81, but they're ranked 18th. That's crazy. Northwestern is a 2-star program, so that's probably a good place to go look. Rutgers played pretty well last year. So, do we send these two? The issue is where do we send them? The Big 12 doesn't really make sense. I think they're too good for the MAC. You know what? They're both going to go to the MAC. Well, maybe not. The MAC's terrible. Conference USA doesn't make sense. The Big 12, maybe we just swap them. Who's the other one that was really bad? Northwestern, right? Northwestern might make sense in the ACC. And maybe Indiana goes to the ACC as well. And then the likes of... You know what? ACC can have that many teams. They can have the same amount as we do in the Big Ten. So we make a big move to the Big Ten. We hop into the Big Ten, and we are instantly one of the higher-rated ones with the USCs, who we just demolished in the championship game, the Ohio States, the Michigans. So it should be a good fit for us. And to wrap up the episode, we are going to go ahead and look into our roster. So as you can see, Salisbury no longer in the quarterback room. We told him to go ahead and transfer. The one issue that does cause, right, is we will not redshirt Lee Selvia. So that's the one downfall of getting rid of Salisbury. We don't have the depth to redshirt Selvia, and quite frankly, he might start. Take off Munstrud, Smith, and Boyd are in our halfback room. Fullbacks, these two can go into the halfback room as well. I mean, they both were running backs. Then you got Peaks at the top of the receiver. You got Bell, Hag, Olshansky, passes LeBeau. Then you have Duke, Tobias, and Council down here, speedsters that are probably going to get redshirted, to be quite honest. Then you have Madden at an 82, Robert at a 79. He's going to play over Madden, and quite frankly, Keene might as well. The only issue would be with blocking. Run blocks is 73, Madden's is 73, so I'm not even really worried about that. Robert's run blocking is crazy. His power's not good, but who cares at that point? So then we have Clemens over O'Leary. I'm going to probably redshirt O'Leary, hopefully. We did have to let another left tackle transfer. He was a senior, but hopefully that will be okay. We need to make a decision here. Do we let the senior go ahead and play, or do we have Ankrum, who is a elite dev, get some run here this year? LeCount probably could have been somebody that we decided to trade, or not trade, to release. Then we have Thompson at center. Bost is definitely going to get redshirted this year. Then we have North at right guard, eking out a Johnny, and then we're going to redshirt Horner as well. Then we got Cobbs and Rowe, and then Naney, who is probably going to be a candidate to get cut next year. We couldn't cut him this year for some reason. I don't know if we brought him in the it was a transfer guy, that's why. We're going to redshirt Nestrozowitz. Left end, Shore's a dog. Then you got Gammon, who's an 86. We also got Dunbar McGee, who's an 86 as well. His speed is terrible, though. We'll redshirt these three as well. Verrier moved from left end to right end. He played a lot of right end for us last year anyway. You have Gooch right behind him, and then Olania there too. Freeman will get redshirted. Then we have our D tackles. Donnerson's going to get redshirted. Flanagan and Scruggs are going to play in the absence of those top two guys. We did also get rid of, what was his name? Hendricks. He was a senior. Harelu was slightly worse, but he's way faster. Ivy is also a guy that's going to get redshirted. Then you got our middle backers, who didn't really change much, except for Gaffney is now a right outside linebacker, and he's going to be battling with Iloa for playing time, and Ankara, to be quite honest, because Ankara is a star development as well, and these two will be getting red shirts. Then we get to our cornerback room. This cornerback room, it looks very different. We got rid of Stivall, who played super well in the slot. We got rid of Holland, who also played really well in the slot. But I just wanted them to go play somewhere else because we brought in Maynard, who is now our top guy. We brought in BB. Kamar played super well in the slot last year as well when we went to him. We got Blunt and we got Morris. We got McKinney and Sowles, who are probably going to get redshirted, but it was just one of those things where we had to make tough decisions there. Then we have Henry, who's a 92 speed guy here. Then Marks and Brewer. I'm unsure which one's going to get redshirted, but one of them will. And then we have Phelps, who I almost asked to transfer to get a die on the field with this 95 speed, but Slaughter and Drew will also be redshirted there. Then we got a new kicker with only 82 kick power, but he will be redshirted, and then our punter as well. So that is the roster. That is going to be the episode. As you can see, 89 overall, 90 offense, 89 defense. You see the Big Ten logo by the rankings. We moved from the Big 12 to the Big 10. We moved Northwestern and Indiana over to the ACC. Just they didn't fit in the MAC. They were too good for the MAC. So putting them in the ACC felt like the next best thing. Maybe the American Conference they could have fit into, but at this point in time, we will put them in the ACC and see how it goes. As always, I appreciate you taking the time to click on the video. I hope you have a good day. I hope you had a great day. Spread the word. Peace.